it's Natalie at CustomCrafts.com, and today I'm excited to bring you a brand new product that we have. We are excited to introduce from Amy from the Cricut message boards the Cricut marker holder, and this actually works with the sharper mini pins. And we've started to carry those on CustomCrafts.com. You actually get a set of 12. And another exciting thing that we have just picked up, you have probably seen the markers before from ProvoCraft, but what they didn't have beforehand was the Cricut mini gel pen holder. And it's exciting because you can now write out words and trace the phrases that maybe are on Graphically Speaking or a different cartridge. And we also sell the set of 12 mini gel pens for under $10 at CustomCrafts.com. So this is a very economical way to really be creative with your Cricut and find out new things that you can create. So let's get a little bit more into detail on how these work and see it in action. Maria, one of our other creative people at CustomCrafts.com, put together these layouts over here. This first one is done with the Sharpie markers, and there is a complete downloadable and viewable tutorial at our website, CustomCrafts.com, where in detail she kind of instructs you through the steps on how you cut out the shadow first, and then you go back and put your marker in. So that's a little bit tricky, but what I'm going to show you today is with the gel pens, which is totally new for us. So I'm going to be tracing just a basic shape from Georgia Basic Shapes cartridge. So show you how to do that and load your Sharpie and your pen into the Cricut machine, and then also just trace out a phrase. So why don't you come up a little bit closer and we'll see that in detail. So let's talk about how to load your Sharpie into the holder and your pen into the holder and then your holder into the Cricut machine. The Sharpie actually works very, very smoothly. You just insert your Sharpie in as far as it will go, and then just pull your cap off. And then you want to be careful pushing the pen down in because you don't want to get marker all over your hands. So you just push it down as far as it will go until you can see this little hole here. It's meeting the bottom of that barrel, and then it's ready to go. And actually there's a kind of a little bit of a mental block here as I was working with these, because your traditional blade is held up here on this ridge. Well, when you load your marker in, it goes down here on this bottom bracket, and the same thing with the gel pen. So if you're flipping back and forth between the two, I traced something with the marker first and then cut it out. You want to make sure that when you put your blade back in, you're on this upper ridge here, because then your blade will bounce around and it won't cut for you right. So just something to remember. And then as far as, and the pen goes in the same way, the gel pens you might find are a little bit snugger. So we had found that if you just rub a little bit of Vaseline onto the end of your pen, or possibly there's a little O-ring inside the holder, it'll just slide right in, and it just takes a little bit of time. You just have to turn your pen just slightly to get it down in there. And then when you want to remove your pen or your Sharpie from the holder, if you've got a paintbrush handy, we just stuck the end of our paintbrush into that hole there, and the Sharpie marker pops right out, and then you can just remove it, and you can keep your hands mess-free, hopefully. So in order to load your pen into the Cricut machine, just like you would do when you're replacing your deep cut blade with your regular blade, you put your pen in, and like I said, you're looking to be on this first kind of depressed area there. And then you just close that little holder and tighten your screw down. Okay, and it's nice and secure in there. The other thing that you want to make sure about your pen is that just like with the Sharpie holder, it's got a little hole here at the bottom, and you want to make sure that your pen is pushed all the way up so that it's nice and snug against that hole. If you don't push it up far enough, it will draw your shape, and then when it comes across your page, it'll draw a line, and you don't want that. So you just have to make sure it's all the way up. I'm going to just go ahead and load my mat. And I'm going to just draw out a 4-inch heart, because I think that probably would be a really good shape to see. And my pressure is at medium, and my speed is also at medium. You're going to probably have to play with this because it varies per machine. So like we said, just make sure that you're drawing on a piece of scrap paper before you're committing to a nice piece of paper. And I'm going to just select my heart and press cut. Okay. Unload my paper, and there I have my drawn heart. Now, one thing that you want to make sure that you do is after you're done using your gel pens in your Cricut, you want to take them out. Because if you leave your gel pen in an upright position like this, your ink will start to drip down. So you want to make sure you're done, take this out and replace with your blade and put your pen back in the box with the cap securely on. One of the things that we've heard most from our users is that they wanted the ability to be able to write out a phrase, and they didn't necessarily want to use marker. So with the gel pen, you are now able to do that, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you next. So I still have my heart traced here on the paper, and we're using the same gel pen we used previously. I'm just going to go ahead and load my paper in, and I'm going to scroll down until I get to a blank spot on my sheet. Okay, so you can use this in conjunction with shadows and cutting things out. Again, if you want directions on that, please visit our website to see the tutorial. So I'm going to just be tracing the word thanks from the mini monograms cartridge. So we're going to select thanks, and I'm going to be drawing it at 1 inch. And I'm going to unload my paper. And I have a really cute thanks drawn that I can cut out and put on a card, or combine with the cut shadow version and use my Cricut to cut that out. We hope that you enjoyed our tutorial on how to use the Cricut marker holder and the Cricut gel mini pen holder. And we've got all kinds of fun things that you can do with them, a tutorial on exactly how to use them in your Cricut machine on our website, customcrafts.com. And we also have the gel mini pens and the assortment of Sharpie markers available for sale as well. So check it out, and thanks for watching.